What's up, boys and girls? Broad Street Bully, live and direct, straight out the streets of Philadelphia. Um, I'm doing a video today because, as an Eagles fan, as a person who loved the Philadelphia Eagles, I bleed green. I've been watching for about 22 years now, since 1990, and I gotta be honest. I really gotta be honest. You know, one of the Achilles heels that our owner, Jeff Lurie, have is that he doesn't recognize when a person is bad at their job, or he's unwilling to fire a person who's bad at their job. You know, and I'm gonna take it all the way back to the Super Bowl year. You know, when we had Jim Schwartz. And I think that if we would have lost the Super Bowl, it would have been Jim Schwartz's fault because his defense was horrible. He gave up the most yards ever in the Super Bowl. And yet he was continuing to have his job after that until he retired. You know? And the thing that people would say about Jim Schwartz is that he didn't have talent. So that's why he played the defense that he played, because he didn't have talent. When Jonathan Gannon got here last year and he kept playing off, he kept playing 4 men down and soft coverage, people were saying that he don't have the talent to blitz, or he don't have the talent to get pressure. That was the number one answer that people gave. Instead of just saying he's just not a good defensive coordinator. Because I've seen defensive coordinators take the talent that they got, no matter what it is, and make something out of it. There's no excuses. You understand what I'm saying? There's no excuses when you get paid to do a job. Your boss don't want to hear he don't got talent. You got to get it done. Simple as that. He got talent now. They didn't pay money for the defensive line. They didn't pay money for the linebacker, Kazia White. They didn't pay money for the cornerbacks and Bradbury. They didn't pay for the safety. And if you go look at the game, I need all the Eagles fans, please do me a favor and go look at the game. After Detroit punched us in the mouth in the first quarter, the first drive of the game, and we wasn't physical enough. The second drive Detroit had, the third drive Detroit had, and the fourth drive, Jonathan Gannon brought pressure and he blitzed. And everybody knows that Jared Goff cracks under the pressure. And they were 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Right? Then after that, the Eagles score to make it, 7-0, 7-7, 14-7. And then I think it was 21-7 if I'm not mistaken. Then they scored those 14-21. But anyway, he stopped blitzing. He stopped bringing pressure. He stopped doing what he needed to do in order to beat the game. And he went right back to the defense he played all last year. And the reason why people was criticizing him, that he's not aggressive enough. He don't go after the quarterbacks. Now, thank God we played Jared Goff, who's not a very good quarterback. But when you start playing these elite quarterbacks that got weapons, like next week, they got weapons, you're going to get tore out the frame. Last year, when the quarterbacks was completing 80% of the passes on his defense, never heard of in the history of the NFL, and yet Jeff Lurie keep giving this man a job. We got everything we need. When Jeff Lurie fired Doug Peterson, it was because Doug Peterson wanted to hire one of the members of his staff for the defensive coordinator. And Jeff Lurie said no. He wanted a professional like Todd Bowles or Marvin Lewis or something like that. So they had disagreement. He fired him, but this guy was a rookie when he came in here. He wasn't a defensive coordinator. I think he was like a defensive secondary coach. and this guy's horrible at his job. I never see the reason why I'm depressed because Jeff Lurie allowed these people to continue to be mediocre at their job, and he won't replace them. And we cannot win in the long term if the defensive coordinators continue to be the Achilles heel. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And I can't consciously say we're gonna go to the bowl, we're gonna do this, even though we got a Super Bowl team, we got a good team, but the defensive coordinator is really terrible at his job. And you hear around the league that he's some type of young genius. He's not. It's a shame, man. Like, as an Eagles fan, we got to suffer under this tyranny that this guy is doing right now. But hey, man, I ain't got too much to say. If you're a true Eagles fan, you understand and you feel my pain, so I holla.